Hey guys, today we got a really interesting topic, and it's about a new scam, and it might be an old scam for all I know, but it's new to me anyway. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I ordered a baseball card online. It was a Honus Wagner card. It's in a graded container. It's what it is it's really just a movie prop, okay? And I bought it because I've always been looking. I know they sell these things that look like the fake Honus Wagner cards. It's all graded in the graded container and stuff like that. And as you guys know, there's only like about 50 to 100 Honus Wagner cards out there. I think 50 of them are graded, and another 50 might not be graded that people have, but they know that they're real or whatever. I'm not really sure what the actual numbers are, but nobody can really own one because they cost millions of dollars or whatever. You can get some low grade ones that are really crappy looking for probably like about 50,000 or 100,000, but they're really torn up and abused, and holes in them, or half of it's missing or something like that. If you look up Honus Wagner cards and you look at the images there, some of them are pretty beat up. I mean, really beat up, and they're very, very hard to get a hold of because nobody wants to let them go. Even if it's a pretty abused card, they just don't want to get rid of it. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, because it's a Honus Wagner card probably. So I figured because I love the artwork on the Honus Wagner card. It's a beautiful card, and I bought this one that was actually a movie prop, okay, and I guess it was used in some movie or something like that. I asked somebody if they had ever seen it before, a friend of mine, if he had seen it. He says, yeah. He says he thinks it was in some movie about baseball or something like that they used it, and it ended up. And I had seen it out there before. Somebody had tried to sell it before. It went out there and it disappeared off of eBay, and then all of a sudden it came back up again. And I'm like, I'm buying that. And there's a few of them out there. There's more than one that are out there that are movie prop ones. I think there's like about 5 that they made for this particular movie. So which one was actually used in the movie doesn't really matter, but one of them was used in the movie, and probably the rest were just handed out to people as gifts or something like that, because it's kind of a cool thing to have, even though it's not real. It's not a real Honus Wagner T206 card from that time. I think it was 1909 or whatever it is, but it's a tobacco card. Anyway, I ordered it on eBay, okay, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. So I had it shipped over here. I paid the extra fees. I think it was like $36 or whatever it is. And all of a sudden, within I'll say about 4 or 5 days after buying it, I get a email, okay, and it says it's from the Philippine post office supposedly, okay, and it's asking me. It says your package is undeliverable because the address is partially gone on the thing, and we're getting in touch with you on your email. You need to fill out this information. And I filled out the information, right? And then all of a sudden, the next thing that it says is, hey, that you need to pay 17 pesos or you're not going to get your package. And then I go on there to look to see how to pay it. Maybe I can go down to the post office and pay it, or use GCash or something like that. No, it says it wants credit cards or PayPal or something like that. And I'm like, I'm not paying 17 pesos for that. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to pay 17 pesos for that. That's insane. 17 pesos on a credit card. It's stupid. And I said, I'm just not gonna do that. And something seemed kind of scammy about that 17 pesos they charge you when somebody paid $36 to mail it to you, number one. And number two, usually the post office has me pay down the post office. So I went down to the post office, to make a long story short, and when I was talking to the lady at the post office, I started telling her. She goes, "You didn't put in your credit card, sir, did you? You didn't put in all the information, log in all the information." I said, "Well, I logged in the address, but the address they probably already had because they had my email already." And she goes, good, sir, you didn't pay them." I said, "No, I didn't pay them with my credit card or anything. I learned my lesson already. That the other time I got screwed over here, so I stopped paying anything unless I go to the bank, or if I see something that I get something sent to me by email or whatever. I always check, especially with BDO. BDO they send me scam stuff daily for them, and a lot of the other banks, and also my credit union even back home. they have the same issue. It seems like all the banks now are either hacked or whatever. But what was surprising about this one here, this particular episode, this particular scam here, was that I ordered it through eBay, okay? I don't think there was any leaks in eBay. I just don't think there was. I think as the package was traveling, somebody snapped a shot of it with their phone, or with the new technology out there. For all I know, it could have been some of those new eyeglasses, the Ray-Ban Meta glasses that people can have packages go buy them, because you can put any lens in those you want. You can put in regular reading lenses or whatever in there, so you could be wearing them. People wouldn't even know that you were filming. And, somebody might be filming and putting it online or something like that. I don't know how those glasses work, or something similar to those glasses. There's a lot of different types of glasses that do filming out there. But anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about this, and I thought it was kind of interesting that, people are doing this. And be very careful in the Philippines, because what was weird about this is it looked just like a Philippine post office email would look like. It had all the colors, all the stuff looked right. It looked correct. It was pretty immaculate the way that they did the work on it. And I'm finding that true with a lot of the scams out there. I mean, I get like probably, I'll say 3 scams a day on my phone. Usually it's stuff, you need to acknowledge a new agreement that we have with your bank, and you need to log into your account. Don't do that. Don't. Call your bank if you have a question about it, because usually they will not have you log into something or whatever. Something will say you need to log into your PayPal account. Your PayPal account has been hacked or something like that. I get stuff like this consistently, almost daily here in the Philippines, and I'm not sure why, because I changed my password on almost all my accounts now. All of them have pretty much been changed and stuff like that because of the last time I got ripped off. But over here I've been ripped off other times with somebody actually snapping pictures of my card an hour after I left the place, and it was the only time I had used that card in the Philippines, which is really kind of weird, because usually I don't use that card for that. And I used that particular card that time, and they absolutely snapped a picture, and because it was within an hour after I left that place or so that I got scammed. It was really, really quick, and I had that happen here, and I had something else happen here another time, and I was watching a person. I put my hand over the card when I noticed that their phone was coming out, and that was just recently. I put I says, "Can you not have your phone out around my card?" Oh, yes sir, yes sir. They kind of noticed that I was catching on to what they were doing, because I had that happen to me before. So be careful out there, guys. When you guys are out there and you're shopping, watch your cards when they put them down the counter, that somebody behind the counter, sometimes there's like 6 or 7 people behind the counter. Sometimes one of them might just have their phone out and be snapping pictures of your card, and then you'll see them flip the card over, so they can get the number off the back, so they can use it for things, to buy things or whatever. Be careful of your cards when you're in the Philippines all the time. Best to always pay cash in the Philippines if you can. Don't use cards, because to try to fix things from over here, it makes it that much more difficult. Be on top of things, guys. Be aware of things. It can be like Scammerville over here sometimes with some of the things that happen. It can be really brutal, but it's not just over here anymore. It's in the United States. It's everywhere around the world. So you can't just say it's just in the Philippines, but it is a lot more prevalent over here. The scams are a lot more prevalent. It's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. Hope you enjoyed today's show.